What's up, people? It's your girl Adiola. I know that normally we try to start the show on a positive note, but as you guys already know, another 300 schoolgirls have been kidnapped in Nigeria, 317 to be precise. Over the last month, we've had several school kidnappings last year as well, and we were actually hoping that maybe, just maybe, we could get through February without another kidnapping, but sadly, that's not the case. More than 300 schoolgirls were kidnapped in Zamfara State in the town of Jangebe in the middle of the night. These were boarding students, and while the girls were sleeping, armed gunmen infiltrated the school, firing sporadically to cause chaos, and they abducted the girls.
They came to our school around 1 o'clock, 40. They came inside the hostel and started shouting that everybody should come out. If you catch anybody without coming outside, we are going to shoot you or kidnap you to the bush.
Wow. Is anyone else shocked? Is anyone else surprised by this news? Like, we're not even shocked anymore. So long as the Nigerian government continues to pay the bandits millions of naira, they are only enabling them to kidnap more people. We've been saying this. No one has been arrested since this whole banditry thing started. We've had the governor of Niger State saying that the bandits are just tired. They just need to be given due consideration and they need to be engaged. We've also had the governor of Zamfara State, where the kidnapping of the 300 girls took place recently. He said that bandits are not criminals. Wow. And that they are just being marginalized. And then Sheikh Gumi said that the bandits don't even kill on purpose. He said, how many people have they killed? Adding that they should be given blanket amnesty for their crimes. So is anyone surprised that the kidnappers continue to kidnap people in Nigeria? Because it has become a thriving business. Now, the town of Jangebe is furious, by the way. The parents are furious. Everybody is furious. Everybody knows somebody that was kidnapped among these girls. Like, even if it's not their child, they're all related in a way. So as expected, everybody in the town of Jangebe is furious. The residents were blocking authorities. They were even blocking journalists from entering their community. In fact, they were throwing rocks at journalists. They even injured one cameraman. We can't show him, but I know that they're upset, but I'm not sure why they're taking it out even on journalists. It's like they don't trust anyone anymore.
So we're trying to turn and go back to the school when the residents, including men, women, and children, started throwing stones and sticks against our vehicles. That led to one of our colleagues who was hit with a rock on the forehead, and we had to rush him back to Gusau, where he was stitched.
And you know, since the security forces are not going after their daughters, guess what? The villagers decided to go after the bandits themselves. Now, the only problem is, if you look at that video, I don't see them carrying weapons. And you know the bandits have collected millions from the government to buy weapons. They even came with weapons, so the bandits are armed. This is what we've been saying for months, that people are sick and tired of the government not doing anything with the insecurity situation in Nigeria. It's only a matter of time before people will start taking matters into their own hands, and that's what we're witnessing right now. Now, regardless of what Buhari says, his action shows that his government doesn't care. There's a difference between what people say and what they do. His action shows that his government doesn't care. He said that he's not giving them amnesty. But he keeps paying them. His government keeps paying them. They keep buying equipment and they're not arresting them, you know. So what is it really going to take for the government of Buhari to start listening to the people and acknowledge that these are blatant criminals? More than 300 schoolgirls are now paying for a lack of responsible leaders and their parents. Have they found the Kagara boys, the schoolboys that were kidnapped last week? Of course not. And now another 300 schoolgirls have been kidnapped. During Goodluck Jonathan's administration, it was the Chibok girls, and the entire country was upset. But during this Buhari's administration, it's been Dapchi schoolgirls, it's been Kankara schoolboys, it's been Kagara schoolboys, Zamfara schoolboys, and so on. I mean, I can't even imagine what all these parents are going through right now, as if it's not a crime to put your child in a boarding school in Nigeria. What exactly is our government doing? You guys know I don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Moving on to Malawi, ladies and gentlemen, our favorite man of God has once again found a way to get himself back in the news, Prophet Bushiri. So Bushiri's daughters and their grandmother were prevented from flying out of Malawi to Kenya. The family said that one of his daughters is critically sick and needs urgent medical treatment in Kenya. However, there are other reports that the family may be seeking asylum in Kenya. Something to keep in mind is South African journalists are saying that when he wanted to escape from South Africa, it was a similar way that he escaped, that it was the kids that left first and then he left after that. That maybe he's trying to do the same thing with going to Kenya. So they're suggesting that it's possible he's also trying to leave Malawi to go to Kenya because Malawi is holding his extradition hearing. That is when we will know whether he will be extradited back to South Africa. But now that they didn't let his daughter leave, he sued the government of Malawi for not allowing him to transport his sick daughter to Kenya. May I just say something real quick? And I'm not trying to play the devil's advocate, but for real, if the daughter is not sick, there's no need for the man of God to lie on an innocent child just to escape, because there's power in what you say. You don't want it to now come to pass. And this is because they refuse to say exactly what is wrong with this daughter. They just keep saying she's critically ill. We don't know exactly what is wrong with her. But then if the daughter is truly sick, two things. Number one, it may be time for the man of God to start thinking about building a good hospital in his home country of Malawi, at least one that would be good enough for him and his family to get treated in, just in case of an emergency like this. Maybe it's time for him to start thinking about that, because if you can afford a private jet, surely you can afford to build a decent hospital in your village, because private jets are not cheap. So maybe this is the time to start thinking about it so that you don't have to be going to Kenya. Number two, we are all praying for the daughter to get well, and I'm not being uncaring or insensitive, because this is a child that we're talking about, and no child should have to pay for their parents' mishaps. But you know how Africans are. People have been talking. They're saying that this is suspicious because this is a man who has prided himself as the ultimate healer of all diseases. He calls himself a miracle.
I am a miracle. On my own, I'm a miracle.
Okay, and I'm also sure you guys saw the video where he said that just like Peter did in the Bible, that his shadow can also heal people.
And the sick were taken to Peter so that at least his shadow could touch them. Now I want to use the shadow of my prophet Shepherd Bushiri. Can I use my shadow? Where's my shadow? Where? Okay, this one. They will stand up, they'll begin to walk. Look at this. Move out.
Okay, so I have no doubt that miracles happen. Me, I believe in miracles. My problem is when people paint themselves as if the miracle comes from them instead of from God. So you know how people are. They've been saying, why not heal your own daughter? Why are you trying to take her to Kenya? Is it possible that the daughter is not actually sick? Because the man of God can heal anything. He can heal any diseases. He can heal any sickness. So why is he not healing his own daughter? Why is he trying to go to Kenya? Which is why some people are suggesting that maybe he's trying to escape to Kenya because he has the healing power, but he's not exercising it on his daughter. Me, I don't doubt him for once. I'm sure he can heal his daughter if he wants to. So, but maybe he just wants the daughter to change environment. But you guys know how people are. They like to talk. So then, of course, he sued the government of Malawi for not letting his daughters leave the country. He was trying to take both daughters out of the country for one of them to seek medical attention. And now his daughter has been granted permission to go, accompanied with two adults. As it is, instead of his extradition hearing to hold in 2 weeks, it has now been postponed to May of this year. The question remains, why is the man of God running? Why not go back to South Africa and clear his name if truly he's not guilty? And as expected, the video of him saying that he would flee South Africa if found guilty of fraud and money laundering is what is now trending on Twitter.
You know, if I was really, guilty of that, I would have left the country.
The prudent man or the righteous man sees trouble and run away. But the foolish man sees trouble and stays there.
Honestly, I'm not sure that Bushiri thinks about what he says, because there's no way that he would be this much of a hypocrite. I mean, sorry, my bad. There's no way he would say these things and actually do these things that he said. Now, whatever the case may be, we hope that his daughter is recovering. We're praying for the daughter. You guys know I don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. So real quick, it looks like Nigerian Vice President Osinbajo disagrees with banning Bitcoin trading in Nigeria.
We've seen in many other sectors, disruption makes room for efficiency and progress. I fully appreciate the position of the CBN on the possible abuses of cryptocurrency, but I believe that their position should be the subject of further reflection.
Okay, wow.
And cryptocurrencies in particular will in the coming years challenge traditional banking. There's a role for regulation here, and it is in the place of our monetary authorities and SEC without necessarily killing the goose that might lay the golden eggs.
Okay. So is he speaking as Osinbajo or he's speaking as the federal government? I mean, okay, so this means that he's clashing with the Central Bank of Nigeria and I'm glad to see that he's been reasonable, unlike CBN and some lawmakers. But let me know what you guys think about his statements, you know. Anyway, we're always happy when we hear from our vice president because we don't always remember that we have one. SI, in case you're watching, it would be nice of you to speak out more just so we know we still have a vice president. You guys not doing much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. For those who are waiting, of course, our first video about money series is what we're uploading next after this, so be on the lookout. So we shot it already. It's going live tomorrow, Saturday, 10 a.m. New York time, 6 p.m. Nigerian time. So watch out for that. If you're yet to subscribe to our channel, please make sure that you do that so that you can be notified when we upload that video about money management. But that's the next thing that we would upload. So make sure that you are watching out for that video. All right, y'all, it's been real, and I'm keeping it right up in here. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you're yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, please make sure that you do that. Until next time, I'm gonna see you all later. Peace out.